Look, man, Waterless 3039 came in chat and told me about this video. Finding Nemo explained by an idiot. Normally I don't take requests. You know what I mean? Especially with music. Don't ask me to check no music out, bro. Don't. Just don't. But with videos, I'll think about it. And this sounded very interesting. It has 3 million views, so it must be good. I might as well check it out. Finding Nemo. I watched that movie like 5 times, bro. Maybe more for all the times it was playing in the dentist's office. You know? It's a classic. It's a classic. I'm excited for this, bro. Let's see. Because I've never actually watched an explanation video. Especially when you did exactly, bro. Exactly. So let's see.
Welcome to Finding Nemo.
I'm gonna still watch it.
The clownfish goes looking for his only son, who's lost, right? And how this happened was he had a woman, he got her a house at the drop-off, which is apparently a big deal, okay? Like, if you're living here, you're shitting in high cotton, okay? And they go to check on their 100 or so offspring in their garage, I guess. Then they do some foreplay and see a big bad cunty-wunty killer fish. So he climbing in your windows, had your kids, had your wife, but bitch didn't get the memo. She didn't get the memo. She didn't get the memo. Ha 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 ha. Kill me. And leaves killer fish to look for her kids because she wanted to protect them against the advice of Marlon. He gets flicked around because he's small fishy, and bitch gets herself and all her kids fucking murdered. Great job, fucking stupid whammon. Then clown guy wakes up and finds in their driveway, I guess, one lonesome scarred egg, and he calls it Nemo and vows to protect it forever, never, never, never. Cut to years later where he's super overprotective of his son Bimo, who's a bit grown up and has a fucked fin from that scar, right? And I think they have moved into the middle of the city because it's safer. And this year he's finally allowing his illiterate piece of shit son to go to school after years of not going because he's a massive pussy. So they make their way over to the school bus and abide by traffic laws because it's not like they're fish or anything and they can swim over this shit, fucking jackasses. Anyway, this ass flapping fish that killed my boy Steve Irwin is apparently the
facts, bro. Yo, but actually, if you didn't know, Steve Irwin only died because someone pulled. I don't know if it was him or someone else pulled out the stinger, and that's why he died. So, you know, it'd be like that. R.I.P. to GOAT.
Teacher and the school bus itself somehow. I think it's called Stingray, unimportant. Because Mervin be like, can you take special care of my son? Because he got this midget fin, can't really swim. My dad, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends. They take off and do not need to hold on to his back to ride him like that. Because as we all know, inertia isn't really a thing underwater. Because fuck logic. Anyway, Marlon finds out that they're going to the drop-off and he gets PTSD from it. So he's be like, no, Chemo can't go to the drop-off. And he goes to get him. Meanwhile, they have in class, but it's really like a field trip. Cremo and a few friends sneak off to the edge of the drop-off to see a boat and have a dick measuring contest to see how close they can get to it, then try to peer pressure Emo into it, but he ain't budging. Then his dad comes along like, what the fuck you doing? All mad at him and stuff, but he wasn't really gonna do anything. Then the murderer comes along like, sorry, I was murdering another national treasure. What can I help you with? And Nemo uses this and showed his dad that he doesn't need that much protection. He's a big boy and he's gonna go. He's going to touch the butt. Dad notices him and he's like, come back here. I swear to God, if you touch that boat, I'm gonna cut off all your fins and shove them so far up your ass, you're gonna throw them up. Hey, young fish, don't you dare. But Cream will be like, fuck you, died. Then he swims back in a bunch of strong words about discipline from his pop-up, who completely missed the fucking diver sneaking up on Fabio. Then another one pops up and flashbangs him while they bag his son up. Listen, I get not seeing the second diver because he was hidden, but look at this. You had all this distance to spot and warn your son, but you did fucking neither. What a fucking dumbass fish finger. Doesn't matter. They take Supremo up to the boat and cruise off. Supremo to chase after them, but tiny fishies no swim fast enough, and his son is officially lost. Let the finding of Nemo commence. So he goes down to look for help, asking the masses if they saw a boat go by, and he bumps into Dory, this blue fish, who says that she saw a boat go by and tries to help him, but he very quickly finds out that she has short-term memory loss, and he goes, I see. Well, thanks Dementia Dory, but you're maddeningly unhelpful. And then they meet Bruce the shark, who takes them to an AA meeting for sharks that are trying to forgot about the shark, bro. Eating fish. And the meeting takes place in an old sub surrounded by mines, and Marlon is high-key shitting himself, but Dory is all hunky-dory, just vibing like, hi, I'm Dory, and I've never eaten a fish. So strong. That's incredible. Then Marlon notices one of the divers' masks that they knocked off while kidnapping his son, then accidentally sacks Dory in the face with it, and she bleeds a bit, and it goes up Bruce's nose, and that has the same effect on him as snorting a line of cocaine straight off a hooker's ass. And now he has a real appetite for eating fishies, so they swim for their life. He finds out that Dory can read, they hide in a torpedo hole, then Brucey throws a torpedo at a mine and everything goes kaboom, Rico. I thought mines are supposed to be triggered when these pointy thingies get pushed in, not just by any light tap.
Yeah, that is true.
They would have went nuclear a long time ago, right? If anybody knows, please enlighten me in the comments. Meanwhile, the dentist that caught Steamo puts him in his tank and we meet the tank gang. Say hi to Cheddar Cheese,
tank
Female
gang.
Patrick, Vaporwave, Morpheus Fish,
Female Vaporwave? These names!
Please enlighten me in the comments. Meanwhile, the dentist that caught Steamo puts him in his tank and we meet the tank gang. Say hi to Cheddar Cheese, Female Patrick, Vaporwave, Morpheus Fish, Oprah Winfrey, French Shrimpy, Dorito Zebra Fish, and Burr Pelican Guy, who slams straight into the window to observe the dentist do his dentist stuff with the fishies. By the way, this fucking muppet of a dentist doesn't notice him slamming into the fucking window, and he only kicks him out once he talks to the fishies a bit. Also, here they can't hear Patrick.
Can't hear you, Peach.
I said we got a live
one.
But now they can.
What do we got? Root canal, and by the looks of those x-rays, it's not...
I never noticed that, yo. Bruh spitting right now. We're only 3 minutes in.
Be pretty.
How? Just how? This doesn't make any sense at all. What the it doesn't matter. They find out that the dentist is gonna give away chemo to his small prostitute bitch-ass niece Darla, who's a fish killer, and Trimo freaks out, gets stuck in this suction tube, and Dorito Zebra's like, get out on your own. I can't, I got a fucked fin. Never stop me. So Lando wigs around a bit and is able
Why
to
don't I
get
remember that?
Now fuck him and back to his dad and Dory, who are currently waking up from an explosion coma and run away from the sub that is sliding off a cliff into this chasm of doom, and they keep swimming away in a straight line instead of going left or right to avoid the sub like the jizz-brained fish they are. That's okay, the sub stops, they get lucky, but Dory drops the mask into the Mariana Trench. That clownfish is too afraid to go down because he's a massive vagine, but Dory's Sigma female has exactly 0 shits to give and drags him down with her. Why aren't there any Sigma female memes, huh? I thought this was supposed to be the age of equality, assholes. Is
true.
Sounds funnier. Also,
that is true,
all fish have the respective depth limit, and if they go past it, they would, you know, die. Man, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna pretend that their depth limit is infinite. So down there, they find this fish that uses its light as bait to eat other fish and run away from it and spot the mask. So Merlin does evasive maneuvers while she reads the address on the back of the mask, and they trap the fugly ass fish. And he asks her what she read, and she'd be like, "Oh, that's easy. P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney." I remembered something. Yeah, cool, but where is that? I need to find my son. Man, fuck your son. I remembered shit. Now back to the fucked son. He becomes part of the tank gang, and they hatch a desperate plan to help him and all of them escape by ruining the filtration system or tank cleaning system thingy to make it dirty as fuck. So the dentist will have to clean the tank, and to do that he has to take them all out and put them in individual baggies, at which point they will try and roll out the window and escape into the sea, a plan which Zebra Dorito says is foolproof. But I don't see how they'll be able to roll up this ledge and fall down onto the sidewalk without exploding and roll through the street without cars.
Seriously, how are you not gonna get run over?
That is this curb, then into the sea. And I'm gonna be proven right with this last bit, because Nemo gets put into an individual baggie and put into a tray that he cannot escape from, and the curb is definitely higher than this ledge right here, so fuck you. That foolproof plan of yours can suck my balls. Alright, in the meanwhile, Dad breaks up with Dory because she's really annoying, and he gets mocked by a school of fish, then helped by them. See, they give him directions on how to get to Sydney. They're gonna need to go on this underwater highway or something, and they point them in the right direction, and off they go, except they task Dory with remembering to go through the big bad trench when they meet it, not over it, which she immediately forgets because dang, look at that big ass trench. And cause Marlin is a pussy ass beta male cuck, he wants to go over the trench, not through it. And at first the coast on top seems to be clear. They see the highway current thingy and is all good. But in yet another example of characters in this movie being blind motherfucking tunnel visioning bastards, either that or shit keeps appearing out of thin water like magic, they get descended upon by a horde of jellyfish. Then cause Dory high on that good kush, she decides to make a race out of getting out of here by jumping on top of the jellyfish's the bubbly wobbly pit. I don't know.
The bubbly wobbly bit? Yo.
And for once the clown starts vibing along like, are you hungry, Dory? Cause you're about to eat my balls, bitch. And he makes it out, wins the race, but at what cost? Cause Dory's not there. So he goes back in and finds her tangled in the jellyfish tentacle stingy bits. So he saves her and stings the shit out of himself. But you know, they get out and they pass out for like the 3rd time.
Cause aren't clownfish like immune to electricity? Like, can't they like just swim through it and be alright?
And a little while later he wakes up on the shell of the chillest turtle on planet Earth.
For real, that character is hard, bro.
Zoinked out of his mind, and they are in the East Australian Current, which is the ocean highway I was talking about, and he holds onto his shell for this fast bit, which completely goes against the logic of the kids being on the Stingray bus, but fucking whatever, who cares? Then he finds Dory at the sub level, right, and she got a scar on her, but she don't care, and apparently neither do the animators, because that scar miraculously disappears as the movie progresses. Either that, or that's not a scar, it's a wound and it healed, and I'm just retarded. Anyway, she playing with the
it'd be like that.
Learns a lesson about parenting from Crush, about trusting your kids and shit, and then the little shits gather around for him to tell him his story of his travels up until now, which travels through word of mouth from turtle to fish to crab to dolphin to bird. The birds must have a horrible version of this kick-ass story because they're only hearing half of what the dolphins are saying. That doesn't matter though, because the story gets transmitted all the way to Paul the Pelican, who's friends with the tank gang. So he flies over to them and slams into the window again. This time the dentist notices the slam, but then completely ignores Paul when he talks to the fishies, which is the complete opposite of what happened last time. Where's the fucking consistency? The love of ass. Fucking who cares? Because Nemo is depresso given his imminent doom and the fact that he almost got turned to sushi earlier on when he tried to execute Zebra Dorito's plan. But Paul's here now and he hears his dad's story and he gets the motivation to go give the plan another shot, jams the gears of the water filtration purification thingy, then crawls through the suction tube when it's not suctioning, you know, and the heist is completed. Plus 69 RP, go talk to Lester. Now back to Jellyman Dad and Blue Bitch. They're in another fast bit of the not holding on to Crush's shell, which again is just
consistency.
Completely the opposite of I'm not even gonna fucking no, whatever.
Dude, do they just get used to it and take their seatbelt off?
Just turn around and swim straight on to get to Kangaroo Land, Sydney. But they get lost and she goes, hey, let's ask that very ominous and scary looking fish over there. But he'd be like, no. So she'd be like, what is it with men and asking for directions? So he goes, I don't want to play the gender card right now. Why is that, buddy? Is it because you don't want the audience to find out that clownfish can flippity flabby between genders if their mate dies to keep like you're doing coitus and make more offspring and shit. Technically,
that is very true.
One fish is a relentless pursuit for incest. That's right, you heard me. Fuck you and your childhood. So this little bitch over here turns out to be
oh my god, ew! Oh no! Dang, I don't even want to finish watching the video now, but we almost done with the movie, bro.
Nice bitch over here. So Dory tries to speak
Dang,
to the whale,
that's
but
bad.
Marlin gets pissed at her, and the world's fastest whale gets out of their sight and circles behind them while they're talking about whale dialects and ends up swallowing them both. This all happens in less than 30 seconds. Lightning McQueen whale. Anyway, inside his mouth, Marlin gets clinical depression like, fuck, dude, I'm never gonna be able to tap my son's ass. Then Lightning McQueen starts flushing the toilet that is his mouth, lifts up his tongue, and Dory says he's telling them to let go. So Transistor Fish finally trusts her and does so, and they get shot out of Lightning McQueen's blowhole. Not butthole, but blowhole. Okay, right next to Sydney. So they thank Mr. Whale and start looking around for the adders or boat, I guess. I'm not sure. And while this was happening, the tank gang were literally swimming in their own shit. The tank is pure filth. So next day, Dickhead Dentist cleaned up the tank while they were asleep. I don't know how he managed to do that without waking them up, but he did. And then he installed this high-tech cleaning thingy the day that bitch-ass Darla is supposed to arrive. Then he tries to take Cremo, but fishes unite, and they all swim down to save Nemo from this net. And somehow this dipshit dentist does not at all question this massive feat of intelligence his fishes have performed, and just fucking blows it off, then sneakily bags Nemo and puts him in a tray he can't escape from. Then Satan himself arrives. Switch back to Pussyfish and Sigma Woman, who get caught by a pelican, then cough back up because Pussyfish grew some balls and ain't ready to die. And they meet Paul, who figures out that he's Nemo's dad, but they try to flop away, continuing on the pier or the wood stuff instead of jumping back into the water. What a bunch of retarded fish. Whatever. Paul follows, and they end up surrounded by a bunch of ultra selfish retarded seagulls, and he's like, jump into my mouth. I know you're Gimpy Finn's son. Let's go! And he flies off with them, does some clever smart boy flying to get rid of the flying dodos. They make their way over to dentist's office, where Nemo is playing dead to get flushed down the toilet because all
bro, how are we dropping frames again? How? This makes no sense. It makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. How? Literally how? I'm so confused. I am so confused. All right, we're back. But dude, it makes no sense. I'm actually confused. That makes no sense. All right, anyways.
What a bunch of retarded fish, hombre. Whatever. Paul follows, and they end up surrounded by a bunch of ultra selfish retarded seagulls, and he's like, jump into my mouth. I know you're Gimpy Finn's son. Let's go! And he flies off.
W Seagull though, bro. He really came in clutch for him.
They make their way over to dentist's office, where Nemo is playing dead to get flushed down the toilet because all drains lead to the toilet in this movie. Wait, no. All drains lead to the sea in this movie. But dentist cunt goes for the trash can instead. Then Paul arrives, and Marlon controls him like Ratatouille, but with tongue this time, to go save his son, but ends up just causing a commotion. And dumbass Darla gets a hold of Nemo, shaking him and shit, almost killing him. Paul gets kicked out. Tank gang uses the bubble volcano thing machine to launch Zebra Dorito onto Darla to piss her off, and the bag explodes. Dentist knocks himself out, and Dorito Zebra launches Quifo into the dentist's spitball thingy. Then the dentist wakes up and puts him back into the tank. End of quick time events. Nemo is currently in the poo water treatment facility, and Paul sadly deposits the dynamic duo into the sea because they all think that Bemo's dead. Then Merlin breaks up with Dory for real this time, and she be like, please don't go away, I remember stuff with you. And he be like, bitch, hop off this stick and see a doctor or some shit. Then he leaves, and Nemo pops out of the sewage pipe right after his dad passes by, then finds Dory and asks her for help, and she remembers everything. So they go looking for the down dad, and she uses her expert crab interrogation skills to find him. Mine. Alright, I'll talk! The family is reunited, but the drama ain't over because the fishing net swoops down catching a bunch of tuna. I don't know my fish, but they catch Dory along with them. So Quifo wants to use a big brain move of swimming down to save her and everyone along with her, but Pussy Dad be like, no, I'm not gonna lose you again, please Dad, you have to trust me. And he's like, okay, fine. Everyone gets told to swim down as hard as they can from the inside and the outside, and a tug of war commences with the fishing boat. The aquatic creatures win this tug of war, and given how fast stories travel to word of mouth in this movie, I'm guessing the entire ocean figures out this 200 IQ trick, and the fishing industry fucking crashes. Anyway, Supremo got doing pretty hard in the ocean bed, but he Gucci Mane and he's still alive, and they go back home to the reef. Merlin no longer a pussy, kids allowed to go to school, Hunky Dory keeps attending Sharks Anonymous, and the tank gang somehow fuck with a high-tech water cleaning thingy and escape into the ocean. Now what? Now you go super blowfish again, but closer to the back so it pops, then you do the same for your friends. It's simple, you fucking retarded Morpheus fish. Come on, man. Bro. Anyway, this movie gets 9 turtles out of 3.8.
That's crazy, man. Okay, we're dropping frames. We're dropping frames like